All right, so let's get our hands around the chacha20 stream cipher. Erase the board real quick. All right. So there's a couple of very important functions within cha-cha. The cha-cha quarter round. So we see we're using 4 variables. We have A, B, C, and D, and we are applying the cha-cha quarter round to them. So our quarter round function here is taking 4 32-bit words, and we're mixing them using add, XOR, and rotate operations. So first we're adding B into A and then XORing that result into D. And then we're rotating D left by 16 bits. And then we do the same style of mixing in the other direction. We're adding D into C, XOR into B, and then rotating B left by 12 bits. And then we continue that down. And that is our quarter round function. So simply, we have A is A plus B, and then D equals a rotate left of D XOR A by 16 bits. And then we have C becomes C plus D, and then B becomes a rotate left of, what was it? B XOR C and a rotate left of 12. So B XOR C, rotate left of 12. And then we have our A equals A plus B, and D XOR A, rotate left of 8 bits. D XOR A, rotate left of 8 bits. And then our fourth step is C equals C plus D, and then B becomes a rotate left of B XOR C by 7 bits. So computationally, this is not a very complex function to implement or to compute. This actually lends itself well to being performant on smaller devices and software-only implementations without requiring hardware acceleration. Now, we also need to look at the full cha-cha matrix. So where here this says, we'll build the initial matrix with all attacker-controlled input words at the bottom. So we'll have our constants as the top 4 items in our matrix. Then we have the input key. When this says input here, normally this is going to end up being a counter and then nonce, nonce, nonce. Nonce, if you don't know, is a number used once that we use in cryptography to add randomness. So even if the key is the same, if the nonce input is different, the output is going to look different. And the hope is that there is no really good way to correlate that back. So you can't tell when somebody's using the same key as long as they use a different nonce. Nonce reuse with the same key is very bad, and we'll get into why later. All right, so we'll just block this off as this is its own function. And it takes in A, B, C, and D. And I'm going to make a matrix real quick of all of these. All right, so we have our quarter rounds are 0, 4, 8, and 12, 1, 5, 9, and 13. And these are positions, not integers. 2, 6, 10, and 14, 3, 7, 11, and 15. Let's start with those four. So we're going to do, what was it, 0, 4, 8, and 12 first. So we're mixing these. This is going to be A for this function. So constant 0 will be A. Constant 4 will be B. Or not constant, variable. Variable 8 will be C, and variable 12 will be D. So our first quarter round is going to be those positions of the index. The first constant, that key, the third row of key, and then that input. Then we'll have our second quarter round, which is 1, 5, 9, and 13. So 1, 5, 9, and 13. So you can see we're doing these column rounds. Then we will do 2, 6, 10, and 14. 2, 6, 10, 14, column round. And then 3, 7, 11, and 15. And would you believe it? 3, 7, 11, and 15. And then we're going to do the second part of the quarter rounds. So this is 0, 5, 10, and 15. 0, 5, 10, and 15. So straight diagonal. 1, 6, 11, and 12. So 1, 6, 11, and 12. 2, 7, 8, and 13. 2, 7, 8, and 13. And 3, 4, 9, 14. 3, 4, 9, and 14. So that's the order that we're going to call our quarter round function in based on our initial chacha20 matrix. This is sometimes called a double round because you have these first four that are column rounds and these second four that are diagonal. But we basically just need to construct a loop that calls this function on those variables in that order. So our function will be something like we'll do it in C. Set our initialize our counter. We'll do, if we did 10 rounds here, we would just call, if we say this is our quarter round function, and this is our quarter round. Okay, so if we say this is our mixing function or matrix, we'll say this is our state matrix. Oh, that was terrible.